So yeah, and next up we have here Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Um, I called that Indy was going to be a much improved team. Jacksonville traded away a bunch of guys. No more Fournette, no more Foles, and no more Ramsey. And that was a huge one. That was a huge loss. Ramsey at corner because he was a super talented guy. So Jacksonville's rebuilding. I know they're at home, but Indy's just a lot better coached. Great offensive line. So I think they take that one. Miami at New England. So I think you know what I think Belichick is going to do some good things with Cam Newton. They're at home, which is a place that they rarely lose at in Foxborough. And when Miami has to come in there in September, it's a whole different story than as opposed to when New England has to go there in December. And they're always surprised by having to go to Miami in December because they're not used to the climate. But anyways, yeah, as far as that game is concerned, definitely I would take New England in Foxborough. They're usually money there, no matter who's starting at quarterback. Let's see. Next one, Chicago at Detroit. So Lions are at home. I don't know if that's going to do much for them. Chicago's got Khalil Mack, and I think Trubisky is going to have to try and prove that he doesn't want to lose his job to Nick Foles, whom Chicago acquired. So I think Chicago on the road is going to take that one definitely. It's going to be close though. Matthew Stafford is going to be very good this year for Detroit, but um, it's just Chicago's really tough to overcome with Khalil Mack. So the Las Vegas Raiders, no longer Oakland, but now in Las Vegas, on the road taking on the Carolina Panthers. So Cam Newton's no longer in Carolina. Ron Rivera is no longer coaching there. There's some turnover there. Um, they're at home, but I think John Gruden's going to have a lot to prove in this opener, and he's going to have these guys coached up maybe after being out the game for a while, and people are starting to criticize his moves and what he did in the draft and everything. So I think they're going to come out guns a blazing. I think they can win that one. I would take Oakland or Oakland. I would take Las Vegas. I would take the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, on that one on the road. Let's see. Next up, Seattle on the road at Atlanta. Now, historically, Atlanta's always been an awesome home team, especially Matt Ryan quarterbacking. He's always been a great quarterback at home. Um, Seattle's going to be such a tough team to beat, though. Lockett, Wilson, and those boys. I mean, they're going to be tough to beat, and they're not a bad road team either. And the odd time, Atlanta does have a tendency to choke on home turf. So that one is really close to call. You used to be able to say Atlanta's money at home, but I think the last 3 of the 5 games, something like that, they've choked it at home. So I think I'm gonna take Seattle as a road dog here. I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle. Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson. I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle for my boy Jakey. Yeah, he's a big time fan. So maybe we'll see Seattle rolling in that one. Get off to a good start. Next up, LA Chargers against the Bengals. I already called the Bengals are going to be poo. I know the Chargers are in a transition season. Since Philip Rivers moved on and signed with, I forget whom he signed with, but yeah, he signed with another team, and the Chargers are going to have to move on from him. And I think they will do a good job of that. I think just Cincinnati is they're just so bad. They were just so bad last year, and now they don't even have Andy Dalton anymore. So I know they're at home, but they're not going to really surprise anybody. I got LA Chargers on this one, easy. Arizona Cardinals at San Francisco 49ers. Niners are at home. They're supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite. Arizona is still kind of poo. Kyler Murray is finding his way. I know they got DeAndre Hopkins for him, but is it going to be enough? I'm not sure. Do they have a run game? Not really. So, I mean, if Kyler Murray is going to be running the football game like that, he's going to be susceptible to injury. So I'm not sure if they want him running the football as much as they want him to be improving on his throwing of the football and his accuracy throwing it. So San Fran all the way on this one. If it's a straight pick 'em. Uh, Next one here. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this game. Tom Brady and the new look Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees coming back for another season to try to win a Super Bowl, and it starts on his home turf. I think this one's gonna be close. Like New Orleans usually New Orleans usually Saints. Yes, they are. New Orleans usually money in their dome stadium. So they're at home in this one. I think Brady's going to come out with something to prove, but he might be a little bit rusty. He might, because he's going to have to get used to working with actual receivers. And I know Gronk is back as his safety blanket, but I think getting other guys the touches that they want and they need to perform their best may be tricky in that first game. So I think it's going to be close, but I think New Orleans ultimately will take it. I think Brady or Breeze, excuse me, is not going to want the legend of Brady to continue in the NFC starting on his home turf. And I think all the other guys on the Saints sort of feel that, and they don't want to see their boy Drew Brees get embarrassed, especially on their home turf. So the Sunday night game features the Dallas Cowboys at the LA Rams. So I mean, this one's going to be really close. I know Dallas is going to want to avenge the loss that they had in the playoffs against the Rams when they found themselves on their way to the Super Bowl. Skip Bayless, I saw his analysis and his take on it. He's a huge Cowboys fan. Obviously, he thinks they're going to win the game. And I saw he was talking to the Rambassador, Eric Dickerson. And obviously, Eric Dickerson thinks the Rams are going to win. And they made a bet on it. Now, me personally, I mean, Dallas isn't a particularly great road team. Okay, and it's gonna be they're saying something about LA. They're gonna open up in this new stadium or whatever. So and without the fans, it's not really gonna feel like a home game for the Rams. But um, Dallas still has to travel and they don't really know the surroundings. Like the Rams may know it a little bit, so I think that might play into it a little bit. So I think this one. I want to say the Rams, just because again Dallas historically hasn't been a great road team, and I think the Rams are going to have something to prove now that Todd Gurley has moved on. They want to show that they can win without him, and that McVay is still a good coach and that Jared Goff can still throw the football. So I think that's going to work out for them. I think LA is going to take that win there on the Sunday night game. Now the Monday nighter, it's a doubleheader. So in the first game, you got Steelers at the Giants. I know the Giants are at home, but they're going to be garbage all year, just like they were last year. Saquon Barkley, I know, is a huge deal, and he's going to be racking up the yards, but not enough. Pittsburgh is just so well built and well coached. A healthy Big Ben back, with the Juju Smith Schuster just improving, getting more reps, and trying to become that number one receiver for Big Ben. So I think, yeah, Connor healthy once again, maybe if he starts. So definitely, just on Pittsburgh being healthy, they're much more improved, and the Giants are just going to be straight poo all year. So I don't see much from them at all. I definitely got Pittsburgh in this one to run away with it on the road. And then the late game of the Monday night is going to feature the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. So in this one, definitely I got this one's tough to call. Denver's at home, so it's always like the mile high thing, the high altitude. But Tennessee's a pretty good team. Tennessee's a pretty good, well coached team. Um, Not all that great on the road, and then when you take the altitude into consideration, and it's a home opener for Denver, I think just on that alone, I think I would take Denver for the win, just as a pick 'em. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's my week one NFL predictions. So rewind that back if you want to hear those picks again. Again, it's just straight pick'ems. Since I don't have a network deal yet, I'm not going to go into points or stats or analysis like some of these X ball players and things like that. But that's all for me, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. And I want to give a huge shout out to my wifey, Kirsten. This show would not be possible without you, as always. And my baby girl, Sophia. I love you, baby doll. You're my everything, mi vida. I hope you're watching this. And I hope you guys are watching this out there in YouTube land. So thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of the next show.